Wolves win, and we're going to Game 5 in Minnesota. So let's talk about it. What a game that was, really. Mavs kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit down the stretch with the Kyrie turnover and over in the end of the fourth quarter, but overall, they just shot pretty badly. Kyrie had a stinker. He was talking about, hey, this is their Super Bowl. For us, it's another game for us. But he played like it was another game, and the Wolves played like it was their Super Bowl. They played really well, and Gobert against Kyrie. Guys, I talked last video about like a lot of the surrounding talk around Gobert is just rooted in like hatred for him, okay? And even I had past hatred for him, and you can see I posted a TikTok like hating on Gobert. But I've grown and I've changed, and I hope the rest of you guys did too, because Kyrie could not finish on top of Gobert tonight. Kyrie could not finish because Gobert had gravity, and he's had gravity all season. Sometimes the gravity wanes throughout the playoffs, but guys, he's a good defender, and you're not going to hear a lot of people talk about that because the narrative is that, hey, we're supposed to hate on Gobert. He can't do anything on offense, and yeah, he on offense it was still not perfect. There was one time he posted up and he was trying to do like a three, like dribble in and kind of tweaked out, got a 3-second violation. But hey, he does enough. Okay, he also got 5 fouls. And wow, fouls. Cat, man, great transition. Cat and his fouls. Like, I don't think that's just a part of him now. There's not really a hope of, okay, he's just not going to foul. He had a 6 today, fouled out, but he had huge minutes near the end. I think it was like a stretch of 15 minutes. Even though he had 5 fouls, he was playing out of his mind. And it was good to see, because a lot of the talk after Game 3 about Cat was not great. He had a bad performance. But to see him shoot like we know he can shoot, like if you've been watching him all season, you've seen him shoot like that. I mean, it's just good to watch. And Kyle Anderson, I think, was a key piece. I was a little bit skeptical about Kyle Anderson minutes in the playoffs, okay? Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I wasn't. I was very skeptical. But in this series specifically, kind of the past 2 games, he's been playing well. Vets are going to play well. He's been on a winning kind of organization with the Spurs. Like, he understands what winning means. And those plays he had, both of Cat's threes, he was setting them up, telling them where to go, setting some off-ball screens, like orchestrating that offense even when he didn't have the ball in his hands. That's huge. Like, the Wolves need that. And Ant and his aggression, I think that was huge for the Wolves as well. We know that, okay, the key to the Wolves winning is Anthony Edwards. We know this. I'm not some sort of, like, genius for telling you this. But, I mean, if you think about even the last series, when the Nuggets won, Ant wasn't playing necessarily amazing for all those games. He had a 40-piece. I mean, I get it wrong. But the Wolves rely on him to drop, like, 30, 40. And then when he doesn't, he loses. And, like, the Wolves lose. But today, with the aggression and some really good mid-range jump shooting, I think that's his butter now. Like, he can go to the mid-range. It was kind of shaky in the first 3 games, and a lot of it were longer jump shots. He was getting the ball out in 30 feet and trying to just tell him, like, go create, But he's getting the ball now, like, around, can post up. And he did a great job, honestly, picking different spots on the floor and just dominating the game. So that was fun to watch. What wasn't fun to watch was that Kyrie stinker, man. Dang. I mean, I think Kyrie's game, he always has one or two games like this in a series where he's dropping 9 points. But he can still contribute. He had some games, and like in the past 2 series, he's dropping 9 points, but he's still contributing with the assists. I think it was in OKC. I forgot if it was like game 2 or something. But he's still contributing. But when he's shooting like 6 for 16 or whatever number it was, he wasn't shooting very well tonight. He wasn't finishing over Gobert. And I think it was just great defense from Gobert and Cat and communal defense that the Wolves have. But he was just off tonight. You're not going to win like that. Also, Jaden Hardy. Jaden Hardy played well. If there's one thing you can look at if you're a Mavs fan going into Game 5, you want Lively back. Although Lively is key and important, in my opinion, they still could have won this game. Like, it's not like they needed Derek Lively to win this game. They just needed their guys to shoot better, and that just didn't happen, right? But Derek Lively will be key for them if he comes back Game 5. And Jaden Hardy with great bench minutes. It's usually interesting if you're going to reach into your bench at this time, teams put out a good 7-man, 8-man rotation. But Jaden Hardy is we know him. G League Unite, played really well in high school. A lot of people know him, like notoriety. But he played well, and he played well in Game 3. And I'm interested to see if they go to the finals. I mean, they probably will. They're I'm just saying I still think they're going to go to the finals. I'm a Wolves fan. I love the Wolves, but let's be serious, right? I think Jaden Hardy will play some key minutes for the Mavericks in the finals. But overall, Game 5, Kyrie's going to have to go off. They haven't lost to Minnesota yet. And Luka played well. And I'm just saying, guys, I know there's a lot of discourse about his flopping, but don't let that stop you from, some of the cerebral plays he made. He dropped Kyle Anderson, the lob to Derrick Jones Jr. on the fast break, the 3-pointer he made. I don't think it was a foul, but guys, this is generational is a word thrown out a lot, but this is some really talented play, and I understand the call at the end when Ant he had a pump fake. That is an illegal basketball call. We outlawed this in 2021. The refs made it very clear that if you're going to pump fake and then the other dude comes into you and you are going at an abnormal angle into your defender, that is not a foul, right? So I don't even know. In the last 2-minute report, they doubled down and said that no, it was a foul. What you saw at the end of that game from Cat to get his 6th foul, I think, from Cat's 6th foul, that was not a foul. But even if he's cheating, I just think that we need to stop hating basketball so much and start looking at wow, Luka's doing things that we are not seeing a lot of dudes do pretty well. He had a triple-double. The worst game of the series was a triple-double. So if that tells you anything. But yeah, and then also I think looking to Game 5 for the Mavericks, attacking the hedging a little better. If you don't know what hedging is, I wish I had a whiteboard, but if I could just explain it to you. Screen and roll, right? And the dude who's guarding the big who's screening kind of pops his hip. If you saw the game, Cat was kind of popping his hip, and then Luka would go around him. And I think Luka he got a lot of rim pressure this game, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. He's not doing anything with it, but he really was passing out a lot with the rim pressure. So Game 5, I just say Luka to be a little bit more aggressive because those floaters are wide open for him, and he's kicking it out to the corner. And give credit to the Wolves when it's due. They know where his spots are and are kind of egging him on to be more uncomfortable. But Luka has to be a lot more aggressive and take shots. But if I'm the Mavs, I'm looking to that, and if I'm the Wolves, just keep it going. Cat, keep shooting. Near the end, he shot pretty well, and then Gobert played a good game. McDaniels was great on defense. So it's gonna be a really interesting Game 5. I think the Wolves are gonna win Game 5. That is my prediction. If we can come back to this, I think the Wolves are gonna win Game 5. I think they have good momentum now, and a lot of the talk, from the players, of course. But I'm just interested to see how this series goes. I still have the Mavericks to win it all, but the Wolves, Game 5, count it. Peace.